So it's time for me to introduce who our head judge is for 2020. He's someone who's been involved in the sport longer than me, since before BDC even started. He's someone who's been driving in the series for a very long time, with a lot of experience, and I've personally judged with them as well a good few times. So I'm far from an expert judge, but I've got the confidence that he will do an amazing job. He's confident in knowing what is required from the drivers and how to put that across to the drivers as well, because that's something that's really important to us. So I'd like to introduce our head judge for 2020, and that's Mr. Simon Perry. So it's good to be here with you, Simon.
Pleasure, sir. Pleasure. Excited.
Thank you for joining the team. For anyone who doesn't know already, do you want to tell the fans and tell everybody a little bit about your background?
I've been involved in competition drifting from 2006, even before it was BDC. I've got many trophies, obviously championships under my belt, a lot of seconds, a lot of thirds. Never quite took the BDC one home, unfortunately, but I've had 35, 40 podiums from BDC as well. So I've had a great career. Before that, it goes right back to messing around in car parks, which is been a love of mine. Rear wheel drives, right back to grass tracking days. So I've always been involved in motorsport, right back from being 17, 18 year old. So yeah, I've been sort of drifting 14, 15 years professionally now.
So plenty of experience there, and we're not actually going to release the other two judges right now. I can let you know that we've got, it's a panel of 3 judges as usual, and they're doing the full season, so it's nice consistency, which is one key thing that we're after.
That was the main thing I think we both agreed on. We wanted sort of 3 people that they've all got their own opinions.
Yep.
They've all got their own quality to bring to the table, and I feel we've got that this year with the 3 people that we've got, and I feel that will only make the judging stronger, and it'll make the judging stronger with the team behind them as well. And obviously we want to work a lot closer with the drivers this year, with spotters this year, so a lot more promotions going on with obviously working with spotters, working with drivers a lot more closer, a lot more involvement for the judges and the drivers and also the crowd.
That's the thing. So like me and Sam have talked a lot about is that one of the main issues with drifting is that people potentially don't understand it enough. So wherever possible, we want our explanations to be the best possible. We want the driver briefings for the drivers to understand exactly what needs to be done, and bringing the spotters as much, so the spotters are the people who are assisting the drivers and telling them what they need to be doing and what they should be doing to improve the driving.
Exactly, and that's what we're working towards that as well. Obviously you might think you've done something really good in the car, but actually you might be too far off the clip. So without a good spotter, you don't become a good driver. And that's one thing I've found throughout, not just my career, but many people out there will tell you the same, who are really high up in the sport, is without a good spotter, you won't come. You don't see Valentino Rossi, MotoGP, any of them not having 2-3 spotters around the track to pick up that extra tenth. It's the same throughout any motorsport, and I feel that the spotters need more input. And obviously that should bring the driving alive, which is obviously the closer the driving is, the harder my job's this year, which is what I want. I want my job to be as hard as possible with no scrappy runs. So we've got some new content with that, we've got some new exciting ideas with that, which I'm really excited about, to really push the drifting closer, push the drivers closer. So, making things a little bit more black and white for the drivers as well. And so they understand when they look back at their videos with the spotter, they can sort of understand that now.
Where they went wrong.
There's no grey area. There's always going to be a little bit. We can't ever get rid of it all, but we're certainly going to work really hard this year to make sure that it's as black and white as we can possibly make it.
Making it as clear as possible. The other thing we've talked about a lot already as well is that the tracks this year. So we're trying
excited about the tracks.
We're trying to make the lines as sort of fast and fluent as possible to make them. And it's all about getting good battles. We want the close proximity, so it's exciting for people who are watching. So like Event City,
custom
layout, we can do whatever we want for that. back to Buxton.
Again, Buxton, you know, everybody said last year it won't work, myself included. I even said it to you, and I can't say how wrong I was, because do you know what, I looked at an amazing event, and fair play to you. And I think that's the thing we're going to try this year as well. We're going to push boundaries, and we're going to get the feedback. And if it don't work, we're going to go, you know, and do something that does work. But more of that to come. I think the main thing is we're going to be pushing for positivity. We want more involvement from everybody, especially the drivers, especially obviously the crowd, the pit crews. We want them, you know, effectively that's the way we're looking forward to it. And the tracks, like you're saying, with the fluency, when I design a track, I always design a track not for the lead car, I design it for the chase car.
Yep.
Drifting is about that chase car, because without the chase car being up close and personal, it might as well be a single run. So to me, to bring the crowds alive and bring the judging alive, and obviously we want to see close, because that makes our judging harder. I want the hardest job this year. I'm really looking forward to it. I feel I've got a lot to bring to the sport. We've been in it as a driver right down from the grassroots, so I'm really excited about that, to be quite honest. I'm really looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for your time chatting today. You'll see a lot more from Simon over the coming year. So let us know what you think. Tell us, drop in the comments of whether you think that's a good call, bad call, and who else you think should join the team as well. So cheers for your time, and get ready for the next video.
See you soon.